Good morning and welcome to Iceland. It is freezing cold here. We're still a little bit before getting into port, our first port of Seydisfjordur, but it's pretty scenic if you look behind me. Whole lot of scenery back here. We'll get up this a little bit. There you go. Now you can see the scenery behind me. It's still snow-capped mountains behind me in all the directions. We've seen a few houses, a lighthouse, but not a whole lot of other buildings yet. Like I say, it's probably in the low 30s right now, and probably not going to get much warmer. This is their summertime, but it's still freezing cold. The wind, though, is the killer part. I think I'm going to have to add more clothes because we're just going to be walking around town today. But we'll take you around and show you what's around town. This town only has 380 people, so very small town. So we're going to see what all that we can find today. There aren't a whole lot of excursions from here, but we're going to walk around the town, see the colored streets, the church, and probably a few waterfalls. So we'll take you around and show you. I'll show you the town a little bit whenever we get closer to it. It's early still. Like I say, it's probably 6 o'clock in the morning right now. And I don't think we're scheduled to be in town till 7 o'clock, so another hour before we get there. But in the meantime, look off over in the distance here. All the pretty scenery. Take you out of the scenery. That way you can see just the scenery. There is some greenery growing out there, so more than Antarctica, but it's still cold, just like Antarctica. And in case you're looking to book something directly through the ship, as the ship's sailing, well, there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. A lot of these excursions are sold out, so there were only a couple left. And like I say, everything was super expensive. So going through the town and checking out the town was the best option for us. Today is another port day. Today we're in Seydisfjordur, Iceland. And this is the activities going on if you were to book through the ship today. You could see there's a good many excursions in this tiny little town. And whenever I say tiny town, well, we're going to go to the maps. This is what the town looks like, but it's on the far eastern coast of Iceland. As we zoom in, trying to figure out where that we're going to do today, I don't want to pay all these excursion rates. $100, $200, $300, $400 a person to go see stuff. I'm not going to do that. So what we're going to do is look at the town today. So we'll go back and see what all that there is to do. Just looking at Google Maps. Just looking around, there's a waterfall. I definitely want to see a waterfall. And zooming in, there's a church over here. I definitely would like to see this little church. And as you can see, the town is small. You could pretty much count the houses out that are on here. What we're hoping to do is whenever we get off the ship is find a local who is selling a local excursion. But if not, our backup plan is to just walk around town. We can see the church. We can see the waterfall. There's bound to be some stores. I have to see what all kinds of things that they have locally in their stores and just walk around town today. But we'll just have to see. So I'm coming to the other side of the ship to take you for a look. And this side is equally as awesome. You can see over here where that the land just falls off into the water. Little lighthouse at the end down there. But this side, I see coming up, has a waterfall. A little ways further up is a waterfall coming up. So Iceland is turning out to be spectacular on the sail in. And now you can see more of the waterfall. It's going up stair step right up the mountain to the snow caps right on top. Huge waterfall, but in a bunch of little steps. And you can see by the house that's right at the base of it. That's a 2-story house that's at the base of the waterfall. Of course, it always helps if you have a good set of binoculars to see it. See along the sideline, there's a few other houses here. And maybe the town that we're going to, a little ways further up. But yet, that's the first waterfall, big waterfall that we've seen. We've seen a couple smaller ones, but this is the first big waterfall. And we're coming up to a few more houses now. This is back on our side of the ship. There's another little waterfall right over here. So that's one of the things that we're hoping to see today, is a lot of nice waterfalls. And as I was taking pictures of all the scenery, Miss Cheyenne was there taking pictures of herself to send back home. So she's our employee of the day. What an excellent place to be working at this cruise, right in the middle of all this scenery. And this is our destination. This is Seydisfjordur in Iceland. You see there's one ferry here, and I'm not sure how often the ferry runs, but I saw on the internet that a ferry makes a pretty frequent visit here. There's a fish farm in the middle of the bay, and then a little further over is the town. And even though we're a good ways from it, I can see the little blue church off there. We're going to have to make a stop at the little blue church, see what it's like. But you can see the town is really small. Zoom in just a little bit, but yeah, it's a small town. Like I said, it said on the internet it's around 380 people live here, and that's the biggest town in this area. They had a landslide years back, and you can see where that they're trying to make some patchwork onto the mountain to stop any future landslides. Apparently the landslide in the past took out a good portion of the town. Nobody died, but a bunch of houses were ruined. So they're trying to repair the wall of the fjord so that it doesn't slide off onto the town again. We tried to take a selfie with all the white mountains in the background, but it didn't turn out so well. And this is a tender port, so we'll have to get on the lifeboats to go into the city. And where that the light wasn't good for our selfie, it's perfect for the tender boats going back and forth, shuttling people into town. As you can see, they look like little toys floating in the water. Beautiful scenery. And Seydisfjordur is a tender port, so we have to get on the little tender boats and go ashore. Not as packed. We have a couple of seats available in here, but it's like a 5-minute shuttle to the pier. So a little short shuttle ride over. And as we ride to shore, I'm convinced that I can find a local to pronounce the city that we're in. And I didn't have to go far. As soon as we got ashore, I found somebody to pronounce it.
Velkommen til Íslands.
And the name of this city is
Seydisfjordur.
Seydisfjordur. Welcome to Iceland at Seydisfjordur. Thank you, sir. And this town reminds me a lot of Norway, except without all the trees. If you ever want a church with a view, this has got to be a awesome view for a church. Looking out around the town. See the red building right here. That's their courthouse. All surrounding the small lake at the bottom of town. And if you're ever looking for a main street, this is Main Street, Seydisfjordur. The Rainbow Street. we're going to come back and walk down the Rainbow Street. Or maybe we're going to look at it now. And Main Street has some colorful artwork on the buildings downtown. And I see a store at the end of Main Street. I think that's one of the few stores that are around here also. With all kinds of colorful artwork. Well, that one's not colorful, it's just black and white.
There's a cat.
And there's a cat. So I take it we're going to the cat. Well, somebody's kind of running to the cat. So I take it we're going there next. We found our way to a convenience store. So here's what you might find in a convenience store in Iceland. I think this is the local brand of drink, and it's a little cheaper than the other ones. Not sure what Appleson is, but apparently it's pretty good because they have big containers of it also. So we'll figure out a drink that we want. That's sugar-free? Okay. And this is our haul from the only store in Iceland, an Appleson, a banana thing, and a pastry. So not exactly snacks on a bus, but snacks next to a river, that works just as well. We'll see what this little snack tastes like, a little cake that we got in the grocery store. And I took a picture of it before so you can see what it looked like, the before shot. You can see this is a pretty outstanding place to have a snack. It's like an apple turnover. Good. Definitely thumbs up. Excellent little snack. Next thing that we're going to try is Appleson. This is a Icelandic drink. It said it's comparable to like Coca-Cola. Sell more of these than they do Coke. So Appleson, see what it tastes like. That's good. Real sweet, like a orange Fanta. Yeah, pretty much like an orange Fanta. We'll see what else that we have. So the next thing that we're going to try.
Snacks on a bench.
Snacks on a bench, apparently, because this place is crowded over here. Banana Stangir. Never heard of a Stangir Stanger. So we're going to call it Stangir. But it's a little banana thing. Not sure about this.
Chocolate.
We'll see what chocolate covered banana.
It's like a
I don't know what that is.
marshmallow.
Yeah, it's marshmallow in the center. It's like a chocolate covered
Banana flavored marshmallow.
I've had this before. Seems like
Yeah,
kind of a
just
weird taste, but not bad. We'll give it a thumb sideways on this one. Not good, not bad. We'll try again something else later on. So the setting was beautiful, but the snack, we had a hard time eating all these. So we're continuing on our walk to a waterfall that's just outside of town, supposedly. But after passing several people that said we had about 45 minutes more to go, straight uphill, we decided to turn around and go up to the waterfall closer to town. There's nothing better than standing next to a good waterfall for a hike, listening to the sound of the rushing water. And talk about a scenic little walk. This is pretty. I think we made the right move of giving up on the other waterfall and coming to the one closer to the ship. That way we'll have more time in town. It's a steep height, but we can make it. All the pretty flowers. And this purple flower you see is called a lupine. It's not native to Iceland. It was brought here in the 1940s to help with erosion. But boy, does it make a pretty sight looking at all these purple flowers going up to see the waterfall. See what it looks like over the hill right here. All the water rushing down right through the edge of town, and there's our ship over here. So this is the very top of the fall. You can hear all the water rushing and the water coming off its very peak. Excellent view of the city down below. And of course the ship over on the side also with all the flowers. We're going to get a picture of that as we come back down. But first we have to do our selfie of the waterfall. Yep. The very peak of the falls. Get it down so you can see it over my shoulder. Huge waterfall. Cheryl couldn't make it all the way up, so she's waiting a little bit further down, but it's a heck of a hike getting up here. Definitely wear good shoes, and from where I was standing at, we're getting the spray of the fall over me. So, surprised it's not speckling up the camera, but excellent view from here. And from up here, you could see just a little bit of the other waterfall that we were going to. It's a lot bigger than this one, but also a lot tougher to reach. Where me and Cheryl stopped at was maybe a quarter of the way there. You can see just off in the valley over there, a little speck that's a waterfall. It flows down and through the city. Walking down the street, the Rainbow Street, over to the church. All the buildings here are colored real nicely. I was trying to get a beer earlier, but there were about 50 people in line, so I'm not waiting in a long line to get a beer. We'll get it at another stop. A lot of buildings that you see around here are just regular old houses. They aren't touristy houses. There's houses people live in. So we're just kind of walking along. This is kind of neat. This is old. This is an old tin. Seen this before. That is rolled out on a roller, just like you would a roof, but it's a pattern to look like a block house. I haven't seen that in a while. There's also tin that they can roll out to put on the ceiling of a house. It has patterns on it. A lot of old houses had like 1 foot square tin pieces of tin rolled out for the ceiling tiles, sometimes made out of copper. Next thing we'll try is a drink. Couldn't get a beer, so we'll try this crystal, whatever that is. They said it was lime flavored. We'll see what it tastes like. Yeah, it tastes like carbonated water with a little bit of flavoring in it. Not that great. At best, we'll give it a sideways. To a possibly, it's not disgusting, but it's not good either. We'll see what Cheryl thinks about it. Well, can't get the camera to go over there.
That's a big no.
Yep, she says thumbs down on it. We'll try the next thing that we have. Pepsi Max. Had this before. Yeah, that's much better. So, the Icelandic drink, not very good. Don't waste your money on that one. And we are leaving Seydisfjordur behind and heading back out to sea. See a little fog out on the coastline. And as we head out to sea, it's time for dinner. Somebody's going to have a Caesar salad, and I think you know because I get it every night. Tonight, though, I also have the spicy deviled eggs with shrimp. And Cheryl's going to have a mixed salad with apples. So hers was apples. That's what she loves. And for entrees, I'm going to have the spaghetti and meatballs. And Cheryl's going to have the pork loin. So her pork loin here has all the mixed vegetables with it. Cheryl also decided tonight not to get dessert, but it didn't stop me. I got off the kids menu. If you ask, you can get a sundae off the children's menu. Tonight's tea is the mango passion fruit red tea. Always pretty good tea. So, if you like Lipton, that's all they have here. But here, mango red tonight. And good night from Seydisfjordur. Love this town. I could easily come back here again for all the scenery around town. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. That'll help us out with more subscribers. We're up to 730 now, I think. So thanks for watching. And next week, we'll be in Itinerary, Iceland.